So I don't want to get into the habit of doing videos whinging. However, I am really confused about where I stand on this one because I truly think that I've been mugged off by this company online that I'm about to talk you through, and also Yodel, because I've paid £250 for an Audi TT grille to be sent across to me to the body shop to then be replaced so I can then sell a car, and it has never arrived. And it turns out that there's been a massive mistake made along the lines, and it isn't my fault. And apparently, I'm not allowed my money back. So I'm going to talk you through what's gone wrong with this situation. Hopefully you can give me a bit of a heads up. And if I'm looking tired, there's good reason for it because I've got a lot to whinge about today, but I'm not going to bore you too much with it. I just really want to know what your opinion is on this one because as it stands at the moment, I've got an Audi TT sat in here that I'm awaiting a grille for that I cannot sell until I replace the grille, but I cannot get the grille because I've not had it, and I don't want to spend another £250 on a grille when I've already bought one. See if you can help me on this one. Back on the 1st of August this year, not that long ago, I ordered an Audi TT grille from this website. It's called carlightbulb.com. Now, my first mistake was I didn't realise this company is not a UK-based company. Now, I don't think it makes a massive difference because the grille was due to be delivered in 2 to 3 working days. So I thought, whoever they are, they've got a local warehouse or whatever. So don't worry about it. So as you can see, the price is £250. It's a honeycomb grille, comes with a TTRS badge. Not that it is a TTRS, but basically I had this car that came into stock, came in part exchange. We noticed a little crack on the grille. Now, stupid, and only knocked 100 quid off for it, not doing any research. And you can get a second-hand one for 100 quid, but actually I'm thinking, while we're in there, there's a lot of work to take it out. Let's make the car look fresher. So I've ordered this, and a week or so has passed, and I've kind of thought, what's happened to that grille that I ordered? Because I purposely ordered it straight to the body shop rather than to here, because I didn't want to mess around with taking it to the body shop straight away afterwards. It didn't make any sense. The body shop's doing the job, just send the grille to them. So I rung Danny, who owns the body shop, and I said, have you had a delivery for me? No, nothing's been received. I was a little bit confused by that because it said 2 to 3 working days. So what I decided to do was go into my emails, and I decided to pull out anything that I received from them. And lo and behold, it said that a shipment has been delivered from Car Lightbulb, and to view your order or to check the tracking number. Now, it is with Yodel, this delivery. You click on the tracking number, and when you go onto there, it will tell you to put in your order number and your email or whatever you're asked for, and it will show you what the tracking on this parcel was. And as you can see from here, it's saying it's been delivered to a safe place, inside a bin. Now, this was delivered only a day after I'd ordered it, so it's obviously come from a UK courier. Obviously being Yodel, it's come from a UK distribution centre of some sort. And I thought, well, that's really odd. So I rung Danny back and I said, right, it has been delivered, mate, don't worry about it, it's been put in your bin. What do you think's happened with the bins in the meantime? Now, this is where this starts to get worse. I got in touch with Yodel, and it is an absolute nightmare to get in touch with this company. They put me through to a call centre, which is clearly not based in the UK. Not that I've got a problem with that. I understand that businesses are trying to save money, but it was very difficult to get my point across, so I was quite frustrated. And they said what they were going to do is they're going to open a case, and they'd look into it and investigate what's gone wrong. They've opened a case, and their investigation has concluded the following. So it says, good afternoon, thank you for reaching out to Yodel. You're welcome. Blah, 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 a load of waffle. We're contacting you regarding the investigation which was conducted at our service centre. After the investigation, the depot is unable to share any concrete information within the investigation timeframe, whatever that means. Due to this, we would request that you contact your sender, and your sender will advise you of your next steps to follow and liaise on our behalf. I got in touch with the people that sent it out, and I sent them an email, and it said the following. This package has not arrived. I've checked the tracking, it appeared that Yodel have left it in an industrial bin. I've called the body shop to advise, and the bins have since been emptied. I've contacted Yodel, who have advised that I contact you. This is beyond ridiculous, and I appreciate it's not your fault, but can you please address this? It was not a cheap part. Ironically, the badge turned up separately yesterday. So the badge turned up. So I now have a £250 RS TT badge. Very expensive way of doing things, Rob. Anyway, I was kind of feeling fairly confident at this stage until I got an email back from sales saying, hi, there is no way for us to send a free replacement or a refund in this case. Sincerely, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. So obviously I replied saying, what do I do, please? Yodel are not accepting any responsibility. And in the meantime, I thought I'm going to ring Yodel again anyway because I'm annoyed. And what Yodel said they'd do is they were going to raise a case with the seller for compensation of some sort. So at this point, I'm starting to get annoyed because I'm 250 quid out of pocket and someone has thrown it in a bin. Now, I have actually got video footage I'm going to share with you shortly as to what exactly happened with this delivery, and it's pretty bad. So I messaged him saying, look, they've opened a claim ticket and they've asked you to complete it, please. He has replied saying, hi, we've asked Yodel and they've replied that compensation cannot be obtained in this case. Where do I stand on this one? I rung Yodel back for the 18th time, whatever it was, because you call through on this stupid call system where you've got to verify the postcode with your voice and it never understands what you're saying, and you get more and more angry as you scream into the phone. And they've basically turned around and sent a photograph back of it in a bin. And I said, well, that's kind of not very helpful, is it? At which point the line went dead. What I did is I reached out to Danny, who owns the body shop, and I asked him to send me across any video footage that he has got of them putting this into a bin. And this is what he sent me. Here you can see on the date of the offence, the van driver is coming down the road, pulls into the car park. Now, Danny wasn't in. This is a Saturday, and normally Yodel or any delivery companies that deliver to him don't deliver on a Saturday. And he's well within his rights to not be there as well, to be fair. He's a business owner. I think he was out on his motorbikes or whatever he was doing. As you can see, the van driver gets out of the van, he comes out with the package, walks to the front door, notices there's no one there, so we just quickly fast forward through, notices an industrial bin in the middle of the car park, and decides what he'll do is to noticing there's a little bit of a space in the top of that bin, grabs the package, throws it over his shoulder, lifts the bin lid up, drops it on Danny's van, shoves the package in, throws it in by the looks of things, and then he takes a photo of it to show that he's made a safe and reliable delivery, and then decides to slam the bin lid shut and disappear off. He doesn't leave anything to tell us that the package was left in the bin. There's nothing in the door, there's nothing on an email, other than the fact that we've got an email conversation when you log into Yodel saying it's been left in a safe place. We never instructed it to go in a bin. So as it stands at the moment, I am out 250 quid. The company that sent it don't want anything to do with it. The company that delivered it into a bin don't want anything to do with it. And it would appear I've got nowhere to go. So I've been in touch with the bank. Unfortunately, I paid for it on a debit card. So they've said you can raise it a dispute. So I've raised it as a dispute. I don't know where that's going to take us. But as far as I'm concerned with something like this, is it not down to the person that sold me it to deal with it? Because I'm kind of in this weird situation now where I don't really know what's going on. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's a matter of principle. And I know it's only 250 quid or whatever, but 250 quid, I'm not being funny, is a lot of money, especially at the moment. It just feels at the moment we're getting shafted in every way, shape and form. But that is a situation I've got on with Yodel at the moment, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if you're wondering why I'm looking tired and why I'm a little bit grouchy today, is I've written down all the things that have gone wrong in the last 24 hours. Oh, so we basically went down to Somerset over the last day or two to go and collect a car and also to do some filming as well. So we've got some really exciting content coming that isn't me sitting at this desk whinging. I know a lot of these are talking head videos at the moment, but that's because we're trying to do videos that go from start to finish rather than I bought this car, here it is. I'm going, I bought this car, we sold this car, this is what we made, or whatever. Getting you full videos. So there's a little bit of a backlog and I apologise for that. We did some epic filming yesterday of picking up a really special car from an auction house and taking it down to a mate of mine down in Somerset and then buying a car from him. These are all the things that went wrong. Just to understand why I'm tired and knackered. First of all, there was no lager on draft in the hotel, which is disgraceful because it has a 24-hour bar and it was bottle lager, so I was upset about that. When we were waiting in the hotel, we were waiting for another mate to turn up, and when he pulled up into the car park, I gave him the fingers out the window, and someone else was getting out of the car and thought I was swearing at them. So that all kicked off, so that went well, that was my own fault. When I went to bed on the night, the fire alarm was just, you know when your fire alarm starts going beep, every now and again, beep. It's doing that in the hallway and it was really annoying. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but I struggle to sleep unless I've got total silence, which is why having a 4 or 5 month old baby is difficult. That was going on, and then foolishly for me, when I got into the hotel, I was staying over with Alex, who's the cameraman, and there was 2 different rooms to stay in. And me, being selfish, decided I was going to look in both rooms. I decided I preferred the look of the view out of his window that had been allocated rather than the one I'd been allocated. So I swapped rooms. And that was a bad move because at 6 o'clock this morning, this is what was happening in the bathroom. As someone above me showered and the water decided to come through the light fitting. So to say I was a little bit annoyed about that is an understatement. The car that we were buying there was a problem with, so we could never buy it and we couldn't bring it back. What we decided we were going to do was use the footage that we'd filmed on the way down there and edit that on the way home. There's a problem getting the footage off the SD cards, so that was a bit of a nightmare. And then to top it all off, I couldn't find my house keys when I left the hotel because I was a little bit drunk the night before, and it turns out we left them at my mate's house, which was half an hour in the wrong direction. So that's why I'm in a bit of a grumpy mood. So I'm filming this video today. It's dropping on a Thursday and it's been filmed literally moments before we drop it. But I'm getting annoyed with stuff like this delivery side of things because I've had a couple of issues recently. We've got a BMW 7 Series in that I've done some filming on before. I hope you've enjoyed that. And we've ordered some parts for it. I've got another video coming out where we've modified it. I think you're going to enjoy it. And one of the parts, the guy sent it out, it was meant to be delivered on Wednesday last week, didn't turn up, so I messaged him, he went, oh no, sorry, I had a bit of a problem with that with a delivery company, What we'll do is send you another one out. I said, well, I don't want it anymore because you're too late, and I ordered it from another company with a 2-day working delivery. They didn't get the order, so that never happened, and then the first guy has sent the order twice, and I've got 3 sets of grills for a BMW. So that's been happening. I also tried to order an umbrella for the garden, which I ordered, which she wanted a beige one. The advert said beige, the box said beige, the description said beige, it's grey. So I tried to refund that, and Tesco, who we ordered it from, said, no, you didn't buy it from us, even though it was on our app. You've bought it from one of the third parties that used our app. So we're trying to deal with Cheaper Online Limited, which is fun. Then I ordered another one off Amazon, which was quite a bit more expensive, but it was beige, and just the weights turned up for the bottom of that, and then I had to chase it. And then it turned up 2 days later, damaged. However, if we can finish on a positive note, which I'd really like to do on this one, when we got back from our meal out last night after meeting these friends and having, to be fair, a really good day out, besides all of the stuff that went wrong, I bought Alex a Twix in the hotel lobby on the way back. As a little treat to say thank you for all your hard work, because I'm generous like that. And when the Twix dropped out into the bottom, I heard 2 thuds, and we indeed got 2 Twixes for the price of 1. Life is not all bad. Anyway, I'll keep you updated with this Yodel situation, but genuinely I want to know where you think I stand on this, because as a car dealer, if I put a foot wrong, I get absolutely shafted for it. But it feels like this way I'm getting shafted and I've not done anything wrong. Don't know what your thoughts on it, but it'd be great to hear back from you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on what is going to be a very positive video that's going to drop on Tuesday of next week. See you then. Cheers.